For this example, we want to divide 5 by 6i. So 5 divided by 6i. We want our answers to be of the form a plus bi. Okay, but here we have an I down in the denominator, so that's a problem. Here's how you get an I out of the denominator when it's just kind of hanging out by itself like that. Look what I'm going to do here. I multiply by I over I. Okay, I'm multiplying by I over an I. What that does, that gives us 5i on the top, but on the bottom it gives us 6i squared. But remember, I squared equals negative 1. Okay, so this bit right here is negative 1. And how neat is that? It gives us 5i on the top and a negative 6 on the bottom, which then we can write as negative 5/6 I. All right. So that's kind of an introduction. Let's try one that's a little more complicated. Here we have 9 divided by 1 minus 2i. And this is a standard kind of problem where you're dividing by a complex number of the form a plus bi. When you have this, you need something called the conjugate. So the conjugate of a plus bi is a minus bi. Right? You just change the sign between them here. So the conjugate of 1 minus 2i is 1 plus 2i. 1 plus 2i. Okay, and here's the trick. You take your denominator and you multiply it by the conjugate of the denominator. 1 plus 2i. Right? We don't even care what the numerator is. You only focus on the denominator for this method. This trick, you could even think of it as. The thing is, when you do that to the denominator, you have to do the same thing to the numerator. Right? You have to do the same thing to the top and bottom, because really we're just multiplying by 1. Right? This whole bit here in blue is just one giant 1. So what does that do? Well, something really interesting happens here. So on the top, yeah, we got problems now. Now we have 9 times 1 plus 2i. But look what happens on the bottom. Right? We FOIL this together. 1 times 1 is 1. Look, on the outside we have plus 2i. And on the inside we have minus 2i. And these cancel. And then last we have minus 4i squared. And the thing with this method is this will always happen. Right? You always get this really nice cancellation. And it's so nice because it gets rid of all our i's in the denominator. And you might say, look, there's still i's down there. See them right there. Nope. I squared is negative 1. Okay, so let's clean this up. I'm going to go down below with it here. On the top, we now have 9 plus 18i. And in the bottom here, we have 1. The 2i's canceled out. Minus 4 times negative 1. Okay, so 9 plus 18i over 1 now plus 4 is 5. But you don't write your answers like this. You want to have your answer in the form a plus bi. This is how we want our complex numbers written. This one isn't quite in that form, so we need to break it up as follows. 9/5 plus 18/5 I. Okay, make sure nothing cancels, nothing does, so there's our final answer. Let's try another one. This example here has even more going on. We have 6 plus 2i divided by 4 minus 3i. The approach is the same. We have a denominator of the form a plus bi, so we multiply by the conjugate of the denominator. Right? I don't even care what the numerator is right now. I'm only focusing on the denominator. The conjugate, 4 plus 3i. We just changed the sign. See what happened there? And then we do the same thing up on the top. If you do this correctly, this method will always get rid of your i's in the denominator. Okay, so now we have some foiling to do. Let's do it. Up top we have first 24 outside plus 18i inside plus 8i last plus 6i squared. Okay, so we need to watch out for those I squareds. Down below we have 16, that's the first, outside plus 12i, inside minus 12i, and look what happens, they cancel. That will always happen if you're doing this correctly. And then last is minus 9i squared. Okay, well, don't relax just yet. Remember, I squared is -1. Okay, so let's clean this up a little more. We have 24. Well, 18 plus 8 is 26, so 26i. Okay, now this plus 6i squared becomes minus 6. All right, and then down below we have 16 minus 9 times -1 makes it plus 9. All right, so now we can make it look even better. Combine like terms here, so we have up top minus 18 plus 26i, and down below we have 16 plus 9, which is 25. Okay. Last bit, we want to break it up so our answer is of the form a plus bi, right? There's no shared denominators or anything like that in this kind of answer. So let's break it up so it matches that form. So -18/25 plus 26/25 I. And there we have it. We're in a nice a plus bi form. Give it a quick check to make sure nothing simplifies, but nothing does, so we are good to go.